Okay, Math 90, this is section 2.2, where we are learning how to translate from English into math. So if you have your book on page 110, I'll write this on here, there's a chart of keywords. And we want to look, you want to look at that chart, or I have the main words written, or I'll have the main words written in this video, to tell you what keywords to look for, so it'll be easier for you to translate something from English into math. So if you're looking at the chart, the first one they talk about is addition. So when you see any of these keywords, it means we're going to add. So if you see the word add, sum is the big one, plus, more than, or increased by. It means you're going to add. So we might have something, an example might be the sum of some number and 7. So I want to take that sentence and write a math expression. So I see my keyword sum, so I know right away I'm going to be adding or using addition. And they will tell you, Hawks will tell you what letter or what variable they want you to use. Usually it's X or Y. They'll say you can use X or Y for your variable. So then we just have to put this into a math expression, and we know it's going to be adding. We're adding some number and 7. So it's going to be X plus 7, and we're done. So that's the sum of some number, and like I said, Hawks wants you to use X or Y, and 7. That's just an first example. I'm going to do more after I go through the whole chart on the bottom, or in the middle of 110. So part 2, they're talking about, or in the second column, they're talking about the keywords that mean subtraction. So if you see any of these words, any of these keywords, you know that we're going to be subtracting. So we've got subtract from, difference, minus, less than, decreased by. If you see any of these keywords or phrases, you know that you're going to be subtracting. So let me give you one. I'm going to use difference. Okay. So the difference Okay, how would I write this, or how would I translate this from English into math? Well, I know right away, since I see the word difference, that I'm going to be subtracting. So this time they're giving me the letter, the difference of b, or the variable, the difference of b and 18. So that means I'm going to subtract b and 18. So all I need to do is write b minus 18. I want to do, while I'm here, I want to do either a subtract from or a less than, because it is, difference and minus are the same, and these two are the same. And difference and minus are the same. So what I mean is, difference, you just write out b minus 18. Just write it as you list it out. But for subtract from and less than, it's a little bit different, so I want to show you a subtract from. Let's see. The sum of x and y subtracted from 9. Okay, so I want to write this out, translate it from from English into math. So I've got a couple keywords here. I've got sum, which is addition, and I've got subtracted from, which is subtraction. So I'm going to take the sum of x and y. How do I write that in math? Well, I know I'm going to add, so I'm going to take x and y and add them together. Okay. And sometimes we can put parentheses around a sum. It's good to do that. We know it's x plus y, that whole quantity, the whole sum. Now subtracted from 9. Subtracted from is different from difference and minus in that the 9 comes first, the number comes first. So we're subtracting this x plus y sum from 9. So the 9 comes first. So if you see subtract from or less than, the subtracted from part comes first, and this comes second. If it's just a difference or a minus, just write it out as it's written. This was b minus 18. So do you see the difference between those two? If you need to go back and rewatch the video or pause, you can always do that. Okay, I'm going to move on to the third column, and I've got some keywords here that means to multiply or multiplication, and the big one being product. I'm going to circle that one. So if you see product, multiply, times, of, or twice, you know you're going to use multiplication. And product is the main one. We use product a lot. But these other ones are just as important as well. So let me do an example. How would I write the product of some number and 12. Well, I see my keyword is product, and I know that's going to mean to multiply. And some number, remember, use X or Y, that's what it says on Hawks. Some number and 12. So I want to multiply some number and 12, or write that out in math. So you can write, I'm going to use X times 12, or you can write 12x. I think this one is the preferred way, but if you gave me this on a test or quiz, I would mark it right. So again, product means to multiply. Let me stop the video there, and I will continue in the next video with part 2, where I will talk about division, and then I'll give you some other examples, some problems from Hawks.